Hello friends, welcome to CSE Core Concepts in the series of computer networks. In this video, we are going to discuss about the sliding window flow control. In my earlier video, I have discussed about the stop and wait flow control where I explained to you that why the flow control mechanism is very important, and secondly, how does the stop and wait flow control works. In case you have missed my earlier video, I recommend you to please go through the window so that it will help through that video so that it will be helpful for you to understand this case. So let us get started with the sliding window flow control. The problem with what we faced with the stop and wait flow control was that the idle time is too high, and secondly, for each frame which is being sent, the acknowledgement has to be received, right? So now what we can do here is that we can increase the transmission efficiency, or we can improve it by allowing the multiple frames at the same time. And what we can do is that instead of receiving one acknowledgement, we can send multiple one acknowledgement for multiple frames. Let us assume two stations A and B, they want to interact, and here every receiving station has a buffer with W frames capacity. The requirement of the buffer is that the source station can send multiple frames. So the receiving station, when they process one by one frames, the rest of the frames they can keep it in the buffer. So the capacity of the buffer, let's say it's W, and I have that means we can accept W frames without waiting for any acknowledgement. Let's say station A has sent two frames 0 and 1, which has been received by station B. So this red line, you can see the outer bordering is the window. Now, in response to that, station B sends the acknowledgement in the form of RR2. So this means receive ready. RR means receive ready 2. Now what does this means? That indicating this is a message indicating that the earlier two frames 0 and 1 has been received successfully, and now I am ready to receive frame 2. This is what the acknowledgement means. So as per that instruction, station A is sending the second and the third frame, and again station B is sending the RR4. That means that earlier two frames have been received successfully, and now I am ready to receive the fourth frame. So the buffer looks something like this: 0, 1, 2, 3, and you can see this red window, it has slided to the next two. This is called as the sliding window. So to keep track of which frames have been acknowledged, what we need to do is that each frame has to be given a sequence number. Otherwise, how would you know that which frames have been acknowledged? So B acknowledges a frame by sending an acknowledgement that includes the sequence number of the next frame by writing WRR. So it also means that P is ready to receive the next W frames specified beginning with the number which is being specified. So this skill can also be used to acknowledge multiple frames. So now this is just the explanation of the figure which I showed. So B could receive frames 1 but withhold the acknowledgement until the next frame is arrived. So when it receives multiple frames, it can send only one acknowledgement for them, and one acknowledgement frame for all those received frames, with the indication that I am ready to receive the next frame. So here A will have to maintain a sequence number that it is sending, okay, and B maintains a list of sequence number which it is prepared to receive. So each of these lists you can think as a window, and hence this operation is called as sliding window flow control. So you can see the sender's perspective here. So you have here the window size is, let's say 5, and let's say frame number, the frame buffer size is 8. So the frame sequence number can start from 0 to 7. Okay, and the last frame which has been acknowledged, let's say it is 5. So the frames transmitted, say 0 to 7 frames are right now transmitted in 2 batches. Now the receiver has received the window size is 5. So receiver has received 5 frames starting with 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Right. This is the sender's perspective. Now what about the receiver's perspective? The frames received earlier are till 7, and now window of frames that may be received it is expecting is all these frames. Okay, 0 to 4. So this example assumes, here we have assumed that the sequence number of each frame is 3 bit. So if the sequence number is 3 bit, so it is like 0, 1, 1. Okay, or maximum number is 7. So 1, 1, 1. So it is a 3 bit sequence number, and the window indicates that the frames may be sent. The sender may transmit 5 frames beginning with frame 0. So each time when you send a frame, the shaded window will shrink on the receiver sender side, and the receiver side the frame grows, right? So the sender is buffering. Now one thing is that it may happen, it might be changed, it might occur that the frames which the sender is sending might get lost in the might get lost, right? So the sender has to keep the frames until acknowledgement is received, and after that only it can discard the frames. Otherwise, if a frame has lost in transit, the sender does not keep a copy, then it will be very difficult for the sender to retransmit the frame. So because the sequence number to be occupied is limited to a range of values. So we have, what we can do is here is that you have the sequence number from 0 to 7. Now it is not like that, okay, you can only send up to 8 frames. You can send more frames, right? The data transmission is continuous. So in that case, what we do is after 7, again 0, the sequence number will get started with. So frames numbered are modulo by 8. That is, after the sequence number 7, the next frame is again 0. Right. So in general, your sequence number is 0 to 2 raised to the power k minus 1. And the maximum window size is 2 raised to the power k minus 1. So most data link protocols also allow a station to cut off the flow of frames. See, sometimes what it can happen is that you cannot control the number of frames. Okay, you have received a lot, and because there is some problem in the connection, you are saying, you may want to say that I am not ready to receive. So in that case, you can send a RNR message. Means if you are sending RNR 5, means I have received all frames up to 4, but I am not ready to receive the 5th frame. Okay, so at some subsequent point, the station must send a normal acknowledgement. So when receiver is not ready to receive any further frame, it will send RNR. And after some point of time, when again the receiver is ready, then it can again send a normal acknowledgement saying that I am ready to receive. Okay. So when both the stations are exchanging the data, both of them has two windows, one for the transmitter and one for the receiver. Okay, now this transmitter, that is the sender, it is keeping a track that how many frames it has sent, and receiver is keeping a track that how many frames it is expecting, right? So this approach is also called as the piggybacking approach. Okay, that is, each side sends the data and acknowledge, and you are going to keep it for long, and commonly, like, you club few frames and then you can send the acknowledgement. So what is piggybacking is that it is a technique where acknowledgement for received data is attached to the outgoing data packet. Okay, you are sending some data, and in that only you are putting the acknowledgement, right? So you are clubbing, that is called as piggybacking. So this process of piggybacking helps to reduce the overhead. Okay, it saves the bandwidth. You don't have to send acknowledgement for each of the frame one by one. Rather, you can club them together and send it. So two messages you are sending at the same time, that the earlier acknowledgement has been received, earlier frames has been received, and at the same time you are also telling that I am ready to receive the next frame. So you can acknowledge by saying RR or RNR. Okay. So, but suppose if a station has data to send, but no new acknowledgement has to be sent. Okay. So in that case, you can send the previous acknowledgement that this was the last acknowledgement which I had sent, and now you can simply send the data. So in sender, when it receives the previous acknowledgement, it will simply ignore it, right? So we can say that this sliding window protocol is by far better than the stop and wait flow protocol, stop and wait flow control, since you can say that it is treated as a pipeline, that one after the other frames are continuously sent to the receiver side. Receiver is buffering the frames, it has a buffer, it is buffering the frame and clubbing the acknowledgements and sending them all together. So I hope you understood the sliding window flow control technique, which is better than the stop and wait flow control technique. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to CSE Core Concepts. Thank you.